x2y2 is one of the three biggest NFT marketplaces on Ethereum, and also it has a token. So in this video, I'm going to talk to you about this interesting price action of the token as well as the NFT marketplace itself. So let's get started. So first of all, you have x2y2.io. Basically, it's a standard NFT marketplace on the first glance. So you have a trending collections, but also you have a bunch of cool features that's not available anywhere else. So for example, they just have an NFT loan where you can borrow against your assets or borrow ETH, lend ETH. So they have integrated DeFi ecosystem within the marketplace, which is already cool. They are also pretty interesting because they compare themselves to other marketplaces over and over with, they have integrated a bunch of other collections, the bunch of other marketplaces like OpenSea and LooksRare, and you can see what's trending on respective marketplaces, which is also a great feature. And another thing is, well, they might be pretty controversial in that, and there was like the whole discussion on Twitter, but you can choose whether you want to pay the creator's fee. So whenever you buy a collection, whenever you go, for example, let's navigate to something like, okay, PXN Ghost Division. And some of those things, when you buy them, there will be a creator fee. And you can choose to ignore that on x2y2. Because most of those fees are not within the ERC721 standard, so they're like not coded on the blockchain itself. It's only up to the creator itself and the marketplace to choose whether they want to respect that or not. And with x2y2 you have a choice. And this is pretty controversial, of course, because artist wants to get and also the collector, the founders of the collections want to get the money from the secondary. It's understandable. But it's also pretty interesting. I think like the way they're going is they want to have this super free, super decentralized. They have undoxed team, so that's another factor, maybe pro or a con at the same time for this marketplace. Apart from that, it's a pretty standard thing. They have very clean UI, so that's also easy to get through it. You can see, so for example, you can sort by number of sales. There's a bunch of statistics like by volume. You can see what's going on overall. So for example, you have this collection, like the recent collections, and see what people are doing. Another interesting thing, as I mentioned, they have a token, and they have a token that you can stake, which means that if you go to rewards above, you'll be able to see that, first of all, you will be awarded tokens for trading and listing. And second thing is, once you have the token, they offer up to 40% of APY while you can stake. So this is pretty interesting. There are two ways of staking, whether you stake and auto compound, compounding tokens into more x2y2 tokens, or you can compound some of them and get also rewards in WEF. A little bit less, but then you get ETH as a side product, which is also nice. So let's have a look at the price action, because this is also pretty interesting. Well, they just raised 20%, but because the whole market went up like 5-10%, so they went a little bit more. But if you generally see what's happening, they're at the lowest of the lows actually. So this is pretty interesting, especially if you believe in the team long term. That might be a nice opportunity. Of course, I do it only for the educational purposes here. So if you want to buy the token, do your own research before. I think it's interesting. The whole marketplace is very interesting. As you can see, the market cap is still very low. Fully diluted market cap is much higher, but still like $100 million. It can be still much higher, especially if we have back the bull market, or at least the NFT bull market. That will be enough. Because the token itself is related to how much people trade on the marketplace, and basically the fees you pay to the marketplace itself are being used to for the price of the token. There's the whole white paper of how tokens are distributed. Generally, have a look here at the docs in the rewards. I will put all the links down below. Yeah, so as I mentioned, like the price action was, as you can see, the high was in the very beginning that they launched at in February 2022 this year, and basically they had this massive pump and then it went super down. And basically it stayed there, like it stayed for months, even before the whole crisis of May. They stayed around 20 cents. Right now they are around 10 cents. So really interesting to see what will happen to x2y2. As I've mentioned, they might be a little bit controversial due to their takes. However, I think they're like doing really great job on the technical side, very clean UI. Many people are using x2y2, so it's super interesting to see what will happen next. So yeah, remember, none of this is financial advice. Always do your research before investing in any kind of project, and see you in the next episode.